Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quizmaster, Sean, and I've got 100 trivia questions for you. General knowledge, meant to test your memory, to make you and me reach into the deep recesses of our brains and bring out our knowledge that we've gained over the years. Let's have some fun, shall we? Which of these is the only sport to have ever been played on the moon? Golf, tennis, or soccer? And that would be golf. What is the only continent that occupies all four world hemispheres? Asia, South America, or Africa? Africa's got a little bit in all four hemispheres. What was the name of the pet octopus that famously predicted World Cup soccer matches? Was it Oscar, Paul, or Gary? It was Paul, the octopus. Although commonly known as the hashtag today, what is the official word for this symbol? Is that the pound symbol, the octothorpe, or the ampersand? That is an octothorpe, not the tic-tac-toe sign. How many rows of teeth does a typical garden snail have? 10 rows of teeth, 120 rows of teeth, or 300 rows of teeth? I just learned they have teeth. A typical garden snail has 120 rows of teeth. And now you know. When did people start eating 3 meals per day as a normal routine? Was that the Industrial Revolution, the Roaring '20s, or was it the 1600s? You mean it hasn't always been that way? The Industrial Revolution. What is the name of the calendar used by most countries today? Is it the lunar calendar, the Julian calendar, or is it the Gregorian calendar that most humans use today? It's the Gregorian calendar. How many people are estimated to live within Monaco's tiny 2 square kilometers? 15,000 people, 38,000 people, or 50,000 people crammed into 2 square kilometers? There are 38,000 people inside that territory. Which land animal can withstand temperatures ranging from -40 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit? Is it the Bactrian camel, Nubian goats, or the Sika deer? The Bactrian camels can withstand those temperatures. Which bird was voted as the most popular bird in England? Was it the robin, the puffin, or the barn owl? That would be the robin. Those are not robins. How long can land tortoises live in the wild? 80 years, 150 years, or 300 years? I know they can live a long time in captivity, but in the wild, they only live about 150 years. What determines the sex of a sea turtle before it hatches? The time of year, the incubation time, or sand temperatures? Their sex is determined by sand temperatures. What is stored in a camel's hump? Is it water? Is it fat? Or is it milk? Their humps are filled with fat. Which of these is the most popular milk alternative used worldwide? Soy milk, oat milk, or almond milk? Soy milk is the most popular alternative. What is a snail's soft lower body called? Is it called a radula, a crop, or a foot? A snail's soft lower body is called a foot. You will never unlearn that now, will you? What is commonly considered the most fragrant fruit in the world? The jackfruit, the durian, or the stinking toe fruit? The most fragrant fruit in the world is the durian. What is the world's smallest flowering plant? Is it duckweed? Is it creeping phlox? Or is it lobelias? The world's smallest flowering plant is duckweed. How many eggs can sea turtles lay at once? 20 eggs? Can they lay 50 eggs? Can they lay 125 eggs at once? Sea turtles can lay 125 eggs at once. Well, cow's milk is the most common type consumed by humans. What is the second most popular choice? Is it buffalo milk, goat milk, or camel milk? It's buffalo milk. The trail left behind a snail as it moves is called what? A snail trail? A mucus trail? Or is it a slime trail? You're going to know so much about snails when we're done. It's called a slime trail. Makes sense. What is the source of nutrients for many life forms in the Mariana Trench? Is it organic matter from the surface, minerals from hydrothermic vents, or the carcasses of other sea life? It's from minerals from hydrothermic vents. Which ship was responsible for discovering the existence of the Mariana Trench? Was it the Endurance, the Calypso, or the HMS Challenger? It was the HMS Challenger. How many hearts or heart-like organs do most earthworms have? 4 hearts, 10 hearts, or 5 hearts or heart-like organs? Earthworms have 5 pumping things. Which of these is the largest fruit in the world? Is it the watermelon, the pineapple, or the jackfruit? It's the jackfruit. In which ocean is the Mariana Trench located? Is it in the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, or the Arctic Ocean? The Mariana Trench is in the Pacific Ocean. Which of the main senses do snails lack? Do they lack sight, hearing, or the sense of smell? Snails lack a sense of hearing. When was the modern Gregorian calendar adopted for mass usage? Was it in 1582, 1699, or 1316? The Gregorian calendar was adopted in 1582. Found in South Dakota, what is the largest complete fossil ever discovered? Was it the Patagotitan majorum, the Triceratops horridus, or the Sioux tyrannosaurus? It was the Sioux tyrannosaurus. While Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, what is the tallest mountain in the world? Is it Mauna Kea, K2, or Manaslu? It is Mauna Kea. When was the first Monaco Grand Prix ever held? Was it in 1946, 1929, or 1963? The first Monaco Grand Prix ever held was in 1929. What is the name of the sacred ceremony that must take place before climbers are allowed to scale Mount Everest? The Sagarmatha ceremony, the Chomolungma ceremony, or the Puja ceremony? It is the Puja ceremony. What does the phrase mauvain measles refer to? Sudden popularity of the color mauve, a disease suffered by elderly people, or a dislike of the color mauve? Mauvain measles refers to the sudden popularity of the color mauve. Which juice is consumed the most worldwide? Is it apple juice, orange juice, or mango juice? The most consumed juice worldwide is orange juice. It's not just for breakfast. How much does Mount Everest grow every year? 6 feet, 30 centimeters, or 44 millimeters every year? Mount Everest grows 44 millimeters, or 4.4 centimeters every year. Director James Cameron does what extreme activity when he's not making films? Is he involved in deep-sea exploration, mountaineering, or paragliding? He's involved in deep-sea exploration. Which currency is used most widely across South America? Is it the Brazilian real, the United States dollar, or the Mexican peso? Most widely used across South America would be the United States dollar. What color is octopus blood? Do they bleed blue, red, or orange? Octopus blood is the color blue. Which sea creature moves at the fastest speed? Is it the black marlin? Is it the giant squid? Or are dolphins the fastest sea creatures? And the fastest is the black marlin. What is one of the only mammals known to lay eggs in their reproductive cycle? The beaver, the platypus, or the kangaroo? A mammal known to lay eggs would be the platypus. It's a mammal. Looks like a duck. About how many people are officially citizens of Monaco? 8,000 people, 20,000 people, or 42,000 people? That is citizens, not just people living there. 8,000 people are officially citizens there. Which bird lays the largest eggs in the world? Is it the ostrich, the bald eagle, or the elephant hawk? The largest eggs in the world are laid by ostriches. After plain water, what is the most popular drink consumed around the world? Is it tea, coffee, or soda? The most popular drink consumed around the world is tea. How long does it take an average for a pineapple fruit to grow and fully mature? 3 months, 6 months, or 2 years? On average, to grow and fully mature. It takes a pineapple 2 years to grow and fully mature. What is the largest organ that's part of the human body? Is it the liver, the skin, or the heart? The largest organ on the human body? That would be the skin. Known for their vibrant pink color, what color are flamingo chicks when they hatch? Do they hatch white or gray? Do they hatch yellow? Or are they pale blue when they hatch? They are either white or gray, not pink. What is the official national anthem of Scotland? National animal of Scotland. Is it the unicorn, the mountain goat, or the griffin? I can do this. The official national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. What organ do snakes use for their sense of smell? Is it their ears, their tongue, or their skin? Snakes smell with their tongue. Which large country uses a single time zone across the whole country? Is it China, Russia, or Mongolia? And that would be China. One time zone. What percentage of people in the world are left-handed? 1%, 5%, or 10% of the world are left-handed? %10 of the people in the world are left-handed. What is the deepest known part of the Mariana Trench called? Is it called the Challenger Deep, the Mariana Depths, or is that the Jacques Trench? It is the Challenger Deep. Which mammal has the largest number of teeth in the world? Is it the giant armadillo, the whale shark, or the anteater? And that would be the giant armadillo. What do octopus and birds share in common? Do they have fluid-filled muscles? Do they have beaks? Or is it their high intelligence that makes it a common trait? They have beaks. Octopus have beaks. Who was the first person recorded to have summited Mount Everest? Was it Sir Edmund Hillary? Was it George Mallory? Or was it Andrew Irvine? The first recorded would be Sir Edmund Hillary. What is the national fruit of Guyana? Is it the golden apple, the stone fruit, or is it the papaya? The national fruit of Guyana. That would be the golden apple. Where did Mount Everest get its name? Is that from a Nepalese word, a Tibetan word, or is it named after a British explorer? It's named after a British explorer. How many seats and pedal sets were on the world's largest tandem bicycle? 52 seats and pedals, 10 seats and pedals, or 16 seats and pedals? The first tandem bicycle had 52 seats and pedals. Where is the world's largest desert located? Would you find that in Algeria, Saudi Arabia, or is it in Antarctica? The world's largest desert is, in fact, Antarctica. American legend Johnny Appleseed actually went by what name? Is his real name John Chapman, Johnny Franklin, or Jonathan Porter? His real name is John Chapman. Which part of the human body is the only part without blood vessels? Is it the fingertips, the gums, or the cornea? There are no blood vessels in the cornea, your eye. How many islands are part of the Philippines? Is the Philippines composed of 500 islands, 2,300 islands, or 7,600 islands? There are 7,600 islands in the Philippines. Despite sleeping underwater, what are hippos unable to do? Are they unable to swim, hold their breath, or are they unable to see underwater? They are unable to swim underwater. I've seen them underwater, though. Starfish do not have torsos or limbs. Instead, their whole body is one big what? Is it one big head, one big arm, or one big stomach? Starfish are just one big head. Which cat color combination is primarily females with very few males? Calicos, white cats, or ginger cats? Primarily females, rarely a male. Calicos. Why are hurricanes generally given human names? Is that to make communication easier? To make naming them simpler? Or is that to reflect popular baby names? It's to make communication easier. Who was the first woman to be recognized for a scientific achievement by winning a Nobel Prize? Was that Alice Ball, Marie Curie, or Ada Lovelace? And that would be Marie Curie. Where did the first Starbucks store open outside of the U.S.? Was it in Canada, England, or Mexico? The first Starbucks to leave the U.S. landed in Canada. What is the central section of a hurricane called? Is it the calm, the eye, or is it the core of a hurricane? The central section of a hurricane is the eye. When was the wheel thought to have been invented? Was it in 3500 BC, 5000 BC, or 1200 BC? The wheel was thought to have been invented in 3500 BC. How wide is the average hurricane in the Atlantic? Is it 100 miles wide, 300 miles wide, or 500 miles wide? The average hurricane in the Atlantic. On average, 300 miles. Which culture is sometimes credited for making the first ice cream? French culture, Chinese culture, or Mongolian culture? The first ice cream? Well, that would be from Mongolia. In what year was the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale we use today introduced? Was it 1973, 1956, or 1909? We started categorizing them in 1973. Where were important U.S. historical documents and artifacts stored during World War II? Were they stored at Camp David, Fort Knox, or inside the Pentagon? They were stored at Fort Knox. What is the strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic Ocean? Was it Hurricane Wilma, Hurricane Andrew, or Hurricane Katrina? The strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic was Hurricane Wilma. Which environmental factor can impact your nail growth? Moisture levels, sun exposure, or high temperatures? The biggest environmental factor on nail growth is high temperatures. How much horsepower does a typical horse have? 1 horsepower, 24 horsepower, or 32 horsepower? A typical horse. 24 horsepower. A typical horse has 24 horsepower. How long do pandas typically spend eating per day? 18 hours, 5 to 7 hours, or 10 to 16 hours per day? Typically, they spend 10 to 16 hours a day eating. What is the largest land animal alive today? Is it the Canadian moose? Is it the white rhino? Or is it the African bush elephant? It's the African bush elephant. Early sausages were made with what kind of casings? Animal intestines, sheepskin, or thin plant leaves? Early sausages were made with animal intestines. Which sea creature can photosynthesize despite not being a plant? The sea anemone, the sea slug, or the sea cucumber? It would be the sea slug. Which was the first hurricane named to be officially retired because of the storm's impact? Was it Hurricane Carol, Hurricane Edith, or Hurricane Ione? It was Hurricane Carol. What is the most popular flavor of ice cream in the world? Is it chocolate, vanilla, or almond? The most popular flavor of ice cream in the world is vanilla. How are hurricane names decided each year in the U.S.? Is there a rotating list? Are there popular names from 20 years ago? Or is it just a random name generation? There's actually a rotating list of names. Approximately how many licks does it take to finish a single scoop of ice cream? 50 licks? 100 licks? Or 300 licks? And by the way, who got to count? Well, someone figured out it takes 50 licks to finish a single scoop of ice cream. What was the first name given to a hurricane in 1947? Was it Hurricane Jeffrey, Jarvis, or George? The first name given to a hurricane, that was Hurricane George. Who was one of the most generous philanthropists in American history? Bill Gates, Andrew Carnegie, or John Adams? Andrew Carnegie. How long would it take a single drop of water to travel the length of the Mississippi River? Would it take it 5 days, 6 weeks, or 3 months? A single drop of water would take 3 months to travel the length of the Mississippi River. Who may have been the first person to bring an ice cream recipe to the U.S.? Was it Benjamin Franklin? Was it Andrew Carnegie? Or was it Thomas Jefferson? It was Thomas Jefferson. Maybe. Which is the largest species of bears in the world? Are they polar bears, Kodiak bears, or grizzly bears? The largest species of bears in the world are polar bears. Which country has the largest number of pyramids in the world? Is it Sudan, Mexico, or Egypt? The country with the largest number of pyramids is Sudan. What was the first book recorded as an audiobook? Was it the Bible? Was it Hamlet by William Shakespeare? Or was it Midstream by Helen Keller? The first book on audiobook was Midstream by Helen Keller. Why are horses measured in hands rather than another standard measurement? Is it because rulers were expensive at the time? It was fast and convenient? Or there would be no need for conversions? It was just fast and convenient. Which famous novel's monster is actually a vegetarian? Frankenstein's monster, King Kong, or the Loch Ness Monster? Which one of those is a vegetarian? Frankenstein's monster was a vegetarian. Who is regarded as the most famous racehorse in history? Was it Secretariat, American Pharoah, or Seabiscuit? The most famous racehorse in American history? Secretariat. Which of these is not a natural color for a tiger? Golden orange, snow white, or mustard yellow? Not a natural color for a tiger. Mustard yellow. Which U.S. state capital has the lowest population? Is it Juneau, Alaska, Montpelier, Vermont, or Pierre, South Dakota? Montpelier, Vermont has the lowest population, but it's gorgeous. You should visit. Despite their proliferation in modern Italian food, tomatoes were only introduced in Italy at what time? The 1700s, the 1500s, or the 1800s? They weren't introduced until the 1700s. Standing at around 20 hands tall, what is the largest breed of horse? Is it the Shire horses, Palomino horses, or Clydesdale horses? The largest breed of horse are Shire horses. Which species of big cats is the largest? African lions, Bengal tigers, or jaguars? The largest of the big kitties? The Bengal tigers. What is the full name of the iconic mascot, Mr. Peanut? Is it Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe, Horatio Crate, or Gerald Fitzwilliam? His real name is Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe. Peanut? The ruler of which country gave U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt a pet hyena? Was it from Liberia, Ethiopia, or Kenya? And did he say thank you? I imagine he would. That present was from Ethiopia. And that, my friend, was question 100. And you did an amazing job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share your score in the comments below, please. And don't forget to check out these videos too. They're a lot of fun as well, and we love making them. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.